May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today's Monday, December the 5th. I hope you had a lovely weekend, friends. Let's jump straight into it. Cool. So on Euro Dollar QuantBox, neutral. Okay. Coming through with a bit of green, a bit of red. In terms of data coming out of the Eurozone today, some low-tier data, some high-tier data. Some more low and high-tier data coming out of Italy and France. Some low and high-tier data coming out of Germany and the Euro area. More out of Italy, Austria, and Belgium. So quite a full slate today in terms of news from the Euro area. Let's try to see what we got coming out of the US today. Some medium tier and high tier news out of the States. By the way, did you get that jobs report on Friday? Paying attention to your overall view on the US dollar, and then some more low tier and high tier news out of the States later on today. All right, cool. So Euro dollar neutral from a fundamental perspective, technically bullish. Okay. A couple of things to pay attention to. So price broke out of this range over here, and we have not tested that support. Okay. So that's a key area. If you're a bull, and as long as prices make a lower high here on a lower time frame, that's a buy. That's where you'd like to buy. Okay, of course, the 21 EMA as well. On your 4-hour chart, you can see Friday we came down after NFP, hit the 21 EMA, and then shot up. We've now made this higher high. So what you're looking for as a bull is looking for price to come down to support. And of course, the 21 EMA over here is also something you're paying attention to. Remember, if you're buying out of position, the only way you can trade out of position is off of the 4-hour 21, or if price closes at a roll reversal. Okay, so you're waiting for that pullback to come down and then take that up. What you could also be doing is, if you're on a, I suppose, H1 time frame, this is the same support as that 4-hour support. Your H121 is also live. Okay, and from an M15 perspective, higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so higher highs, roll reversals, higher lows. You could be taking trades up like that. But ultimately, the best thing for you is waiting for price to pull back to support on the H4 time frame if you are a bull on the euro dollar. If you're a bear, then you're waiting for a lower low, lower high. In terms of pound dollar, we're coming through neutral on QuantBox. And we've got some pound news coming out today, low and high tier news. In terms of technicals on the Great British Pound, from a daily perspective, we can see the same things happened as with euro dollar. We've broken above this range over here, and price has not tested that support. Okay, so from a daily perspective, as long as price doesn't make a lower high here on a lower time frame, that's where you're looking to buy, or the daily 21. From H4 perspective, you can see that price broke above this, has not tested that as support. So as a bull, you're looking for price to pull back down there, or the 4-hour 21 if you are a bull on the pound dollar. If you are a bear, you're looking for a lower low, lower high. So price breaks support, pulls back up, tests resistance, and then goes down. Perhaps price breaks support, becomes resistance, comes down, makes a lower low, comes up, makes a lower high. From H1 perspective, you can see this area here is the same area in the 4-hour chart I just mentioned. Your H121 is live. And back on a 15-minute chart, higher highs and higher lows is what you're currently trading. However, again, I do prefer if you're a bull, I do prefer the setup on the 4-hour time frame. If you're a bear, same thing as euro dollar, you're looking for that break of support, test of resistance, lower low, lower high. Groovy. In terms of the USD CAD, coming through neutral, that's quite a change. We've been bullish on the fundamentals up until now. So from a USD CAD perspective, on the technicals, let's take a look and see. From a daily perspective, we're still very much sideways. Okay, look at that 2155. Your USD CAD on the 4-hour time frame, you can see here that last week selling off of the R2, taking it down to the central. That was your trade last week. This week, you are currently in a buy zone. If you're a bull, let's mark this candle off over here. You can see we don't coincide. Well, you coincide with this support over here. So if you are looking to buy, you have got price at support in terms of the 4-hour candle for USD CAD. From an H1 perspective, let's take a look and see what we can identify so far as that's concerned. So let's get our H4 time frame open. Let's get a line underneath that red candle. There's your support over there. H1, what you're looking for at the open is you're looking for price to be above this line, for price not to be closing at resistance. Now, you can see here that price is green candle, green candle, green candle coming up, profit-taking zone, coming up into resistance left-hand side. So what you might do is you might jump in an M15 chart and say, okay, cool, give me the higher, higher, higher low. Now, you can see here, price breaking above this resistance, not testing that as support. Ultimately, would be quite nice if price could break the 55, come back down for a double bottom, and then start shooting up. The H4 time frame is very, very nice in terms of support. I do like that, but I do need a trend somewhere else. So from an H1 perspective, if price could at least come down, show us that we're no longer making lower lows by price closing at the bottom of this range, and then either looking to buy there, that's option one. Option two, which I prefer, if price came up, made a higher high, price came down, made a higher low, and you took the trade like that. I don't like the fact that if you're buying this right now, you're currently buying when price is high. Okay, if price was closing at support at the open, like it indicated in the 4-hour time frame, that'd be a lot nicer. But again, if you can confirm the higher high, higher low in the M15 time frame, that's a much safer trade. But having said that, USD CAD is a trade that you are paying attention to because of where price is currently. Just look for that trend on a lower time frame. In terms of Aussie dollar USD, coming across neutral on QuantBox. From a technical perspective, let's take a look at Aussie dollar USD. All right, so currently looking very similar to the other dollar pairs. You can see here, broken above this range over here. We have not tested that support, okay? Not as high as the rest. From H4 perspective, you can see price is currently breaking this support, okay? Price came off 21, made this higher high. So you have got a higher high over here, but now price is breaking the support, which is not fantastic. If price then tests that resistance, comes down, makes a lower low, then makes a lower high, that's good for bears. If you're a bull, then you're currently breaking the support you would like to have seen price closing at, okay? From an H1 perspective, you can see there's that support that price is breaking. Not a massive fan. If price makes a lower high there, then as a bear, you are interested. As a bull, right now, you are currently in a situation where you've broken the support you'd like to buy at. Is this still bullish? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Price hasn't broken support and support hasn't become resistance yet. So it is still bullish. So if you are a bull, you're identifying support. Where would support be? Down here at the daily pivot point, monthly M3 confluence, okay? And that would be a case of price broke this resistance and that resistance became support. So if you got price coming down and closing here, and you can verify a higher low on the lower time frame, that would be an interesting place to buy. But just be careful because you would be back inside the range. So looking at the M15 time frame, you can see there price is now broken the 21 and the 55. Price is coming down into the support on the left-hand side over here. Okay. But the fact we've broken all these support areas makes this a tricky trade. And also you are completely out of position. So be aware of that. I favor, so far the USD CAD looks like a much better trade to be waiting for a setup on than the Aussie dollar USD. Be careful with this pair. Kiwi dollar, coming through a buy fundamentally in terms of the technicals. All right, looking like the nicest trend out of all of them. You can see price again over here having broken above this resistance. Has not tested that as support yet. Okay. So looking at the H, that's an area where you would look for a buy if you're a bull, if price closed at that support in the daily 21 as well. Looking at the H4 chart, you can see last week coming off that 21 EMA, and you're currently coming up to that support over here, but you'd need this candle to close then. This is the New York candle. For London, I don't see any opportunities for the London Open. I would like to see price closing at support price can also, if price breaks this support, like what's happening with the Aussie dollar USD, and doesn't test that as resistance, but comes down and closes that support, that is still bullish. Remember, to change this from bullish to bearish, price must break support and the support must become resistance. If that doesn't happen, then as long if price breaks a support level, it can close at a lower level of support. Okay, for our 21 is what you're paying attention to. From H1 perspective, yes, price is currently at the 21 EMA, but I like to have my setup on the 4-hour first before looking at the H1 time frame. Okay, be careful. Keep an eye on your 4-hour, find support 4-hour, and then verify that on lower time frames. Okay, and ultimately, if you were going to buy off of the 21 EMA or off of this support, all you got to do, go into an M15 time frame, get the higher low on this time frame. That'll save you a lot of trouble. If you don't see it, you don't take it, you don't lose money. Okay. Yen pairs, Aussie yen, coming through neutral and QuantBox. In terms of the technicals of Aussie yen, we're still looking at this and saying, wouldn't it be interesting if price came all the way down to the profit-taking zone, and then we got ourselves a nice little rally into December, taking us up to the central or the M3, okay? Is that happening? Well, time, it'll still tell. We need to sort of see, have we got a higher low? Taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see their prices come down to that support, coming from an M2 this week, and we've currently got green candles. I'd like to see price pull back to support. If price pulled back to the support over here, that'd be totally fine, okay? Whatever support I can see a higher low forming at would be fine, and ultimately that'll be an indication that it's time to take this price up, okay? So in terms of H1, you can see there, look at this nice little roll reversal here. Wouldn't it be great if price could close there, okay? If you're looking at the M15 time frame, you can see as well, where's our higher low, okay? So you're paying attention. I like to set up on the 4-hour time frame first. So I'd like to see price pulling back down, making a high-low H4, and then verifying that down for the lower time frames. All right. CAD yen, currently neutral in QuantBox. Let's take a look at CAD yen on the technicals. Okay, so CAD yen also, we said, wouldn't it be interesting if price comes off support, comes all the way back up for December? So you can see their price holding at the S1. We've now no longer looking at the H4 time frame. We've stopped making lower lows. You can see price came down, price came up, price came down, didn't make a lower low. So it's the same plan as Aussie yen, okay? You're looking for that higher low. And remember, if you're looking to sell 21 EMA, not a wise idea unless price has made a lower low, okay? Of course, you can verify that if price does close at the 4-hour 21 later today, you can verify that in lower time frame. So looking for the lower low, lower high. Looking at this time frame over here, wouldn't it be nice if price made a higher high, came back down, higher low, and closed at this support, indicating that you can go long on the CAD yen for the next couple of weeks as you potentially get into a Santa rally. So looking at the M15 time frame, very similar to the Aussie dollar USD, you can instantly see the consolidation of this chart based on the fact that we haven't got any lower lows, we've got no higher highs. So be careful of that. If you're trading a range, you know that if you're a bull, you're buying at the bottom of the range. And if you're a bull, you can also wait for the breakout and pull back to the top of the range. If you're a bear, you're selling top of the range. From a bearish perspective, I'm not a fan of selling down here, since we're so low. And also because of the fact that you can see prices stop making lower lows. Okay. So if anything, I would wait for a higher high, higher low, or a lower low, lower high on this time frame. Okay. Or yeah, on H4. So look for that setup on H4 and then verify that down on lower time frames. In terms of euro yen, we've got a buy on QuantBox. Let's take a look at our charts. So euro yen, we've hit that M1. Okay, cool. From an H4 perspective, we've made that higher low. Okay. Not at support though, just price came up, pulled back down, didn't make a lower low. I wouldn't sell at the 4-hour 21 for that reason. Okay. So what you're looking for is looking for price to close at roll reversal. Looking at the H1 time frame, you can see there's that higher low. I would like for price to close at support for a buy. Wouldn't mind taking a risk on trade up further for the month of December. And notice how price didn't come off any bearish pivot points in the month. We came straight down into a profit-taking zone. So I'm quite keen to pay attention to these yen pairs and look for opportunities to buy, but I want to see a setup on the 4-hour time frame. You might have to be a little bit patient for that. either today, tomorrow, later this week. Just, you know what you're looking for, so wait for that accordingly. Pound yen coming through as neutral in QuantBox. In terms of the technicals on pound yen, very much sideways, but yes, you have got a monthly M2 that's favorable for bulls. And in terms of the H4 time frame, again, same situation. All you're looking for is give me a higher high, higher low, so I can start buying higher highs, higher low, and take this higher up. You see right now in the H4 time frame, what is key to pay attention to is price broke this resistance, price tested as support over here. You can see that over there. Okay, and price is currently breaking up higher. So just be patient on this, wait for that higher high, wait for that higher low. And if you don't get it, then, you know, no money lost, right? In terms of selling, I'm not a fan of selling because look at where we are. All right. Groovy. In terms of Kiwi yen, last one of the yen pairs, let's take a look at QuantBox. QuantBox coming through as bullish. Okay, same as the New Zealand dollar USD. Taking a look at the technicals on Kiwi yen. You can see daily price coming up off of the M2, still very much sideways though inside here. So again, what I'm waiting for, there's a weekly M2 there, beautiful. What I'm waiting for is give me that higher high, give me that higher low, and then I'm keen to take this trade. All right, so across the board on the yen pairs, because of the fact the time of the year, because of the time that it's December, right? Maybe there's a couple of weeks of nice risk on trade on the yen pairs, maybe an opportunity to get a little rally, a short rally until the end of December. So looking for those higher highs, higher lows. Positionally, we've got position. We don't have the fundamental bias behind us except for Kiwi yen. That's okay. Everything's neutral, so it's as likely to go up as it is to go down. Because of the fact that we're in position for bullishness, I would like to look for opportunities to buy, but I would like to confirm that by price not being in a range, but being in a trend. And so give me that higher high, give me that higher low, and I'm definitely keen. The trade for today that I'm paying attention to out of everything is the USD CAD. Okay, price closing at that support. What I'd like to see is a higher high, higher low. Ultimately, on the H4 time frame, if price could, we're already there, H4. I don't need to verify a higher low H4 time frame. I do need to verify it on the H1. Okay, so if price would at least come back down, maybe at New York, I'm buying at New York, okay, or alternatively on the M15 time frame. The problem is I need to set up the right-hand side. So you can see here, it's the same as the H1. Look at this price, right? Wouldn't it be nice if price could come down, stop making lower lows, verify that we've now stopped making lower lows by closing at support, either buy there, or better yet, wait for that higher high, wait for that higher low, and take it off the 21 EMA when the 21 EMA has crossed the 55 upwards, and prices then close the roll reversal. So I'm going to have to wait for this to set up, maybe a trade that's worth taking at New York if I can verify that higher high, higher low. But it is the only pair that I've currently got closing at a level of support where the H4 time frame is set up, and all I have to do now is wait for the lower time frames. Everything else is still on this in a situation where I've got to wait for the H4 time frame. Okay, it's like a production factory. You get what you're looking for on a time frame, you go to the next time frame, you go to the next time frame. If USD, and obviously I'll pay attention to H4 as well, because if we don't get the pullback to support and verify we've stopped making lower lows and then come up for a higher high and then come down for a higher low, if that doesn't happen and we just spend the entire day going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, I won't buy it. If I don't get the setup I'm looking for in the lower time frames, I won't buy it, because if that doesn't happen, it tells me that price is ranging, it's going to come all the way back down. I don't like boomerang trades. Stay focused, stay disciplined, stay liquid, have a great day. If there's anything for me to update at New York, I will do so. Otherwise, this is your brief. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.